moons, Jovian messages on prosperity, luck, and fortune. This is a day dedicated to the energy of Jupiter and also to celebrating Thursdays, the day associated with Jupiter. Although we have reached the portal of the 8th day of the 8th month. What a nice day today should be. For the next, until next June 2026, Jupiter is traveling in Cancer. And that's where Jupiter is in its most exalted state. So therefore, all 12 signs should be able to tap into some very unique and interesting gains with the planet of luck, wealth, and prosperity being in its most exalted state. I invite you for these readings to think about your, well, not just your sun sign, but your moon sign, your rising, and also to your Jupiter sign. I definitely encourage you to think about your Jupiter sign and think about too, where is it located, in which house, if you know. As we pull on these readings, I won't be time stamping this reading, so take it, if you're watching it after the fact, just go by the elements listed in the description and hop around in the timeline. Trying to think, is there anything else I want to say? Oh, and if you appreciate my time, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. I will be offering here personal readings if anyone has a question. But I do ask for a donation if you want a personal reading. I guess I should write that in the description. But maybe later. Anyway, we'll get started. Now let's get started with water. Actually, I need something to pop up my cards. Since I don't have a cat to act as my easel. All right, let's get started. Thank you for the like. So, let's see, we're going to start off with water, I think. Let's start off with Pisces. So, a Jovian message of prosperity for Pisces. Let's see. Hello. Yeah, we'll be starting off with the water signs. And we'll see what element we do after water. I'll pull a card for it. Well, thank you. Thank you, thank you. And thank you, Alice, for the like. I appreciate that. Welcome, everybody. Let's go and see for Pisces. What's a Jovian message for Pisces? King of Pentacles, Pisces. King of Pentacles, 8 of, oh, thank you. Thank you very much. 8 of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, energy, Pisces, with King of Pentacles. Judgment, Chariot, move going on. Almost like going on at any cost, but also being aware of the environment, especially with Judgment here, being aware of the obstacles or the way that one has to pivot and maneuver as you go forth in your work, Pisces. And you definitely are going forth on some high quality work. You are definitely not slacking or even taking it easy, I'm going to say, with this King of Pentacles. So King of Pentacles is clarified by the Chariot, 9 of Swords, and Hierophant. Pisces, there's red tape that you have to go through. There's organizational structure. You just can't go. It feels like the energy you have here isn't necessarily smooth, Pisces, but I will say that if you hit any roadblocks, Pisces, go to the I feel like those roadblocks you'll hit won't be necessarily in a small organization. There'll be hierarchy. There'll be junior levels, senior levels, there'll be directors, there'll be vice presidents, there'll be managers. And Pisces, my Jovian note for you right now is whatever you're dealing with in the bureaucracy, the red tape, systematic organizations that you're dealing with, Pisces, go higher and higher, jump heads. Go as high as you can and have them redirect you down, to whoever will address your concerns. Don't necessarily go, oh, I'm not getting any with this person, let me speak to your manager, and so forth. No, jump straight to the top, Pisces. You are in good energy, Pisces. You are in correct energy, Pisces. And you should definitely go as high as you can on the issues you're working on. And I feel like this is all sorts of things. If you're in a job, Pisces, and if you're not getting somewhere where the people around you, go high, not just higher, go high. As high as you can. And Pisces, if you are applying for work, I would recommend that you also go and reach out as high as possible. Send a note over to the chair, the vice president, the president, the CEO. In addition to whatever you're doing, if you are running into, you get the idea. Basically, regardless if you're doing job, work, what have you, go as high as you can. Let's go and see. I'm putting these upside down. Or maybe it's not. One second. Did I get my cards mixed up to begin with? I don't think so. Yeah, I just have my deck flipped. All right, let's do Cancer. So Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising, the Cancerian Collective, but also Cancer Jupiter. Think about where your Jupiter is placed as well. We have Jovian Messages. Definitely, I encourage you to think about your Sun sign and your Jupiter sign as we are talking about expansion, opportunity, growth, and so forth. Hello, hello. So Cancer, what's a Jovian message for Cancer? Knight of Cups, Cancer. Small offers coming in, Cancer. Almost, maybe, we'll see what's behind here, but almost like Cancer. It's almost like the big offers right now aren't exactly here. What you want to be, though? She says, I'm going to go and be our easel. Well, that works for us, right? Okay, there we go. Can you go and be a part of the reading? She's going to go and share her energy. The channel is named after her. Okay, so Knight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Magician, Seven of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. Cancer, work. Work, 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 work. Also to fluidity. This is also between Seven of Wands, Magician, together with 10 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Oh, first of all, this is a little bit like being fluid. You know, you can't necessarily be stubborn in what you'll do, what you won't do, but you should be stubborn in how you do it. Wait, then let me take that back. Not necessarily stubborn in what you will do or won't do, because magician is a professional. Magician already is quite defined in what the magician will do or won't do. When I say fluid, I mean, for instance, Cancer, doing different things at once. Like, in other words, if something in your regular field or what you regularly do isn't panning out, then rather than take something less or something irritating in that same avenue, Cancer, that same genre, that same vertical, the message here is that then you switch, you flip to something else that you can do equally as well. Like, you don't go down, in other words, Cancer, in what you can do, how you do it. You don't go down, you go up. Or at least you go and you travel parallel. There's a certain level that you work at, that you operate at, Cancer, and you should keep that, regardless if you are doing gardening or if you're running a boardroom. Okay? Giving a presentation in an office or working on your feet. The main thing is that there's a quality of work and also to a level of respect that you should be seeking. You deserve it, Cancer. And hop around to the various things you can do to make sure that you're given the fluidity to operate at your capacity. Don't go under. Don't go lower. If anything, then have a series of skills that you're utilizing. And with Page of Pentacle energy here, Cancer, it's like there's offers coming in, or the offers that you have right now, they're starting off small. Everything is very tentative with you, Cancer. There's new opportunity. It's all up in the air. It's the beginning stages. Nothing necessarily is meaty here. But let's go and find out more, because Page energy are the seeds of what's happening. And what I'm being told here, especially with further and further I go back, especially with the Star, Queen of Cups being very up in your feeling. And there already has been quite a lot of work, quite a lot of seeds being planted to date. So let's go and take a look furthermore at this Knight of Cups. So Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Jupiter. So, Knight of Cups, I have 6 of Cups. So I read my Knight of Cups, by the way, as Scorpio. 6 of Cups is also Scorpio energy. So we're getting a little influx of Scorpio here, Cancer. This could be referring to Scorpio season. It could be referring to Scorpio placements within your own chart. I encourage you definitely to think about that, Cancer. For instance, if you have Scorpio energy in one of the houses, I would definitely go and think about what kind of transformation is that going to affect in this sort of house? The quality of bonds that you have and that you'll create with others. So Knight of Cups also gets a Queen of Swords, King of Wands. You're going to have to reevaluate, Cancer, reevaluate the bonds for Cups as Cancerian energy. Reevaluate. I feel like you have to reevaluate the bonds that you have thus created, the relationships you're already in. Also, to Cancer, is what you're doing right now, is that keeping you at a certain type of level? Are you continuing at a certain type of pace? Or Cancer, is it giving you the mobility, the freedom to progress, to advance? What kind of advancement have you been experiencing? Because Cancer, what I have here with Queen of Swords and King of Wands. Now, these could be literal people, but let's take the message first, the energetic message first and foremost. And first and foremost, where are your opportunities for growth and change? Where are the opportunities for growth that actually makes you feel, especially with Knight of Cups, Cancer, makes you feel like you're progressing? Cancer, what kind of work have you been doing that you definitely need to go and move on? Cancer, King of Wands, Queen of Swords, together with Knight of Cups, is asking you to move towards your heart and to move towards better opportunities. There are things that you need to go and cut out, as uncomfortable as they possibly may be, Cancer. To do so for whatever reason, whether it's emotional, whether it's stability, foundation, monetarily, even just general movement. The energy I have here, Cancer, is asking you to become uncomfortable, because ultimately the routine that I have here that you're in will keep you at a certain level, running at a certain pace. The growth isn't there. There are new people, new opportunities, new companies, Cancer, that you need to go and reach out to, connect with, seek, and in order for your progression of life, especially in the areas of wealth, prosperity, growth, and so forth, to obtain. Something to think about, Cancer. Okay? That's my message for you. Let's go on to the next water sign. We'll go on to Scorpio. So Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We also have Scorpio, Jupiter. Think about where your Jupiter is placed. Go and find out if you don't know. You can just do a search for it, like a free natal chart. And then 2 most popular sites will pop up, and you can take a look and find out where what sign your Jupiter is in if you don't know. And if you know the time that you were born, you can find out the house that it's in. Hello, hello. So let's go into Scorpio. Scorpio, Sun, Moon. 5 of Swords, Scorpio. Bottom of the deck energy, 5 of Cups. Which, if keep in mind, Scorpio, 5 of Cups is Scorpio energy. And let me also say too, Scorpio, 5s are numbers of transformation. Excuse me. They're numbers that inspire growth and change, necessary growth and change to progress from one level to a next. There's a realization that needs to happen, Scorpio, in order for true change to be implemented, to be absorbed, to be utilized. Also, to same thing I was talking about in Cancer is reading about to become uncomfortable. Scorpio, the energy that I have here, everything's staring you right in the face of your current situation. That uncomfortable realization and acknowledgement already happened. I feel like in this energy, Scorpio, now it's what are you going to do about it with 5 of Swords? What are you going to do with it? 6 of Cups is again Scorpio energy. There's also a glass ceiling, Scorpio, that you've hit. There's a card behind here. Yeah. 10 of Wands, Hierophant, 5 of Cups. Scorpio, also time for you to move on. Also, too, Scorpio, let me say, whatever rules that you've been playing by and playing with, those rules aren't exactly working for you, Scorpio. You need to move outside of the box, Scorpio. You need to innovate, Scorpio. And the path you need to take, you need to carve out for yourself, Scorpio. You can't follow the path that has been laid out by others. What works for other people in a standard manner, Scorpio, isn't going to work for you. You need to innovate. You need to innovate quite heavily. You need to be your own maverick, Scorpio. Use the knowledge you have thus far of experience in a process, Scorpio, to work for you. Let's find out more. Now we have little sleeping Cherokee. So 5 of Swords. Hello. 5 of Swords gets a King of Pentacles. 5 of Cups. Scorpio, I'm getting a kind of very Pacific message. And you can think about how this could apply to your situation. Scorpio, that glass ceiling is it's not an abstract concept. I believe that glass ceiling of yours can be found in a very specific person in a very specific situation. And Scorpio, the message I'm getting is that you should not necessarily deal with that person or deal with that person in any sort of legitimate energy. If this person asks you to do something, and if you're dealing or speaking with this person, you are presenting a mask, Scorpio. You are being encouraged to present a mask. This person isn't dealing with you sincerely, isn't taking you seriously, Scorpio. So therefore, you likewise should not even be dealing 1 ounce or iota of this person in serious energy. And instead, Scorpio, you should also jump Nine of Cups. Jump. Go above this person's head, go around this person, exclude this person. I don't know exactly what your situation is, Scorpio, but I do feel that roadblock of yours, that glass ceiling, is a very tangible individual, and that person is not ever going to take you seriously. You need to jump, you need to move around, and also too, you need to go in the same energy that person is giving you. You need to go and give that person that same sort of energy. Treat that person like a character in the TV, Scorpio. You can turn that off anytime you want. It's not real because this person isn't taking you as a real entity. This person, if anything, is blocking you out. So therefore, you need to go around them, above them, over them, or whatever the case may be. So know that there's no working with negative. Hello. Let's go and see the next element. I already did water. I'll do air. So let's go and see who. Start off with Libra. We'll start off with Cardinal. So Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising. Libra, Jupiter. Message for the Libra collective. Some heavy energy here, Libra. With Emperor here. Heavy energy, heavy Aries energy, Libra. All about new starts too, Libra. Ace of Wands, Pages of Pentacles and Wands together with Emperor. All about the new Aries, Aries, Libra. Strong Aries energy between Ace of Wands and Emperor. Libra, there is, you're being encouraged to seek out the new. Is it progression in whatever you've been working in? Sort of, but that's not really prevalent. What I'm just getting here is all new, fresh energy and the determination to create it, the determination to seize it, the determination to act upon it, Libra. Let's find out more. I also get kind of too in this energy, Libra. You know, an elephant can't act as a mouse. And I feel like you have been diminishing yourself to fit in with whatever organization or crowd that you're in. Rather than going out and claiming space, Libra, maybe you've been defending your own space, acting in your own space, or making yourself contracted and smaller than you really are. Like you're playing it safe or conservative when really you should be flamboyant. bit of a show off is the energy that you're entitled to in this energy, Libra. Something to think about. So Death gets 7 of Swords, 8 of Wands, and another 8. It's like homage to today, right? Libra, we're in the 8-8 energy. Actually, this energy looks pretty darn fun, Libra. That's 6 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. Now's the time, Libra. What have you been thinking about doing, Libra? Because it's like there's additional things that you are perfectly prepared to do, Libra, but you haven't yet done it for whatever reason. Thoughts in your past that you've been really wanting to do or wanting to act in, and you haven't been able to do so yet, but fully capable of doing it for a while now, Libra. And Libra, now's the time. You have some fun energy in here. I'm going to say 7 of whatever this is, Swords, 8 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles. Take a jump, Libra. Look outside the boundaries and the ring that you've been prancing in and operating in and showing off to whatever entities there may be around you, Libra, that you feel like you have to canter and preen and answer to. You don't have to go and put on a show, Libra, because you are the real deal, Libra. And Libra, I do get with this energy, it's all about some new opportunities, some new scenery, some new changes in your environment coming up. And Libra, and the energy that I have here too is that you should jump. I don't necessarily feel like you have to leave where you currently are, Libra, but you definitely can hop from one lily pad to another lily pad. All right, something to think about. Libra, your energy is very good for moving around right now. Your energy is very good for strategy. And you don't have to wait that long for the results to come in. Think about how you can make use of that, Libra. Let's do Gemini. Gemini. Gemini gets an 8, excuse me, an 8 of Cups. Gemini, you have places to go. Perhaps you have places that you want to go. Perhaps you have places that you need to go. Definitely have places you should go, Gemini, but you haven't moved on them yet. Well, now's the time to move on them, Gemini. In fact, I'm going to say, Gemini, in this energy, I feel like things are going to become a bit restrictive, a bit suffocating. I don't know, something about the environment is going to force you to shove off. But ultimately, no, Gemini, with those situations that it's going to force you to get going. It's in good energy, Gemini. It's in necessary energy. Because this is delayed. So 8 of Cups. Eight of Cups gets a Nine of Cups. So we have strong Piscean energy coming here, Gemini. In fact, I've been getting Piscean and Gemini energy for a while now in various reads. So think about that, Gemini, too. Think about the adaptability, the fluidity, the artistry, the creativity, the limitless energy of dreams that comes into this. Ace of Swords, and Wheel of Fortune. Gemini, a big choice is coming up for you. I don't know, Gemini, if there's something that you have to let go of, something that you have to sacrifice. Maybe, Gemini, you'll have to become colder. Because King of Wands and Emperor is always looking at new energy, new directions, new opportunities, new frontiers, how to solidify your own position and also expand it, the growth, but the growth that doesn't come from within, Gemini, the growth that comes externally. What can you accrue, Gemini, to your own wealth to grow it? So think about that. Right now, it's not a time for you to nurture growth within yourself, but for the growth you need to do right now, Gemini, you need to seek outward. You need to go out there and basically acquire new frontiers, Gemini, for your growth, for your Jovian message. Also, too, Gemini, maybe you've been acting in energy, or maybe, Gemini, you've been doing things precisely for the benefit more of others, or maybe you feel good, Gemini, doing the sorts of work or activity on behalf of others. Maybe they flatter you, Gemini, or maybe just, Gemini, you see a need and you're just taking care of responsibilities. But I do get in this energy. You should start thinking about what it is that makes you happy and move according to that, Gemini. And not what makes you happy because you are helping or pleasing or whatever someone else. What are you doing for yourself, Gemini? You need to move in those sorts of energies. So we have Aquarius, right? Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Rising, and Jupiter. What do we have for Aquarius? Another set of fives here, Aquarius. So fives are, well, first of all, Five of Swords is Aquarius energy. So I'm going to say that too, especially considering that we're doing Aquarius. Aquarius, have you been stunting your own maybe natural curiosity, your own, have you been closing yourself off to ideas? Something about this is limiting yourself, putting blinders on yourself. You haven't been giving yourself the full range of either acting or speaking or thinking, or perhaps all of it, that you could. You've been restraining yourself. You've been starving yourself intellectually in some way, Aquarius. You've been restraining yourself too, Aquarius, from acting as you would like to, would naturally, if you were comfortable. You haven't been acting true to yourself. And true to yourself, Aquarius, is I feel a whole lot of flexibility, mobility, and integration. And also, too, discarding of various thoughts, ideas, procedures. Everything moves very fast. If something is inefficient, Aquarius, you don't hang on to it. There are ways that you're thinking of improving it and you'd like to act upon it, but something about this energy, you've been constraining yourself from doing that, Aquarius. Maybe you've been doing that because you think that, is it you'd be too powerful, or maybe too, Aquarius, maybe you feel a little apprehensive. I have this new thought, this new idea, things I want to say, maybe I should restrain it. Maybe this step that I'd like to take, where will it lead me? Will it lead me in a positive situation? What if it doesn't? But you definitely have been restraining yourself, Aquarius. Let's find out more. Actually, it was a Five of Swords, right? I just folded that back. Where did my Five of Swords go? 1 minute, Aquarius. Every so often I do that. I get so excited. I just throw it back. No, that's the Knight of Swords. Well, I could just go on, and we know that we have a Five of Swords as our main card. But where did it go? I'm gonna have to find it. Where did it go? Five of Swords. We have a Six of Swords, not quite the same. It's not there. Not there. There's Five of Cups, but not Five of Wands. Okay, so there we go. Five of Swords. Very last card. So Five of Swords for Aquarius. Five of Cups. Chariot. Quite watery, Aquarius. Significant Scorpio and Cancer energy here, Aquarius. So think about it too. Scorpio, the energy of transformation, and Cancer, where you feel most confident, what you are dedicated to. Also, too, Cancer is a traveler. Cancer is traveling energy. Even though they call it the homebody energy, Cancerian energy is very expansive. Cancerian energy does roam, does push, does move outside of the norms, outside of the box. And what I have here, Aquarius, is you really haven't been honoring your creativity. honoring your creative drive internally, perhaps, but you haven't brought it out into your physical reality, into your social circles, into your words and actions. Lots of movement, flexibility, change going on here, Aquarius, and you are stunting your own growth because you are a fluid creature, Aquarius. And Aquarius, whatever thoughts and ideas that you have in your head, in order for yourself to fully bloom, to continue to bloom, Aquarius, you need to go and give yourself the freedom and the flexibility, Aquarius, to act upon the ideas that interest you, to explore the ideas that interest you. Also, to just say what you feel needs to be said. A little bit of energy here, Aquarius, asking you to be a little unbridled. Aquarius, explore, evolve, grow. And don't be necessarily hampered by some logic, Aquarius, of what makes sense or what is right, or no one's done this, or this is outside of my boundaries, outside of my knowledge. Aquarius, we're put here to acquire knowledge, to utilize knowledge, to create knowledge. And how can we do that, Aquarius, if we're traveling on roads that have already been well defined and well thought of before? There is innovation possible, Aquarius, everywhere. And Aquarius, you are one of the people that are meant to innovate. You're not meant to follow. I'm going to go away. He's going to go away. You going to go away? Yeah. Good little nap. He says I had a good nap. So we did water, we did air. Cherokee is a Taurus. Let's do Earth. We'll start off with Taurus. So Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising, Taurus Jupiter. What message do I have for the Taurus collective? Since I think we're going to lose our easel of a cat, I'll bring that up. So Taurus, let's see, a Jovian message for Taurus. Looks pretty good, Taurus. Looks real good, Taurus. Taurus, you've done some work, Taurus. Could have been too in this energy, Taurus. Maybe you feel like you've had blinders on or you've had filters on, Taurus. And you saw things, Taurus, as you would have liked them to be. And something jolted you out of that, Taurus, to see things clearly. And as you see things clearly now, Taurus, you can truly see what's good, what's beneficial. All I know is that you have extreme vision, Taurus. Extremely accurate vision, Taurus. You have quite a lot of knowledge, Taurus. You can look at someone and see exactly how real they are, how concrete they are, how good they are. And perhaps, Taurus, you've been noticing a lot of these innate flaws or flawed circumstances with no rose-colored filter, Taurus. And that experience, Taurus, has leveled you up. You can see, Taurus, where the gold is. Ace of Cups gets an 8 of Wands. 8 of Cups. Did I say 8 of Wands? I don't know. Sometimes I'm tired. Well, it is like, I think it's almost 3 a.m. I may cut, is it 2:30? Well, it's early. I know that. I think it's 2:30 where I am. I may cut this a little short, but we'll see. That's 2:30. So Ace of Cups, 8 of Cups, 2 of Wands. Hierophant, which of course is Taurus energy. Taurus, my Jovian message for you. Pickiness and having your impeccable standards, Taurus, will serve you very well, Taurus. There's a lot of unnecessary crap that you could go through, Taurus, if you lower those standards. And the result is not necessarily going to aid or facilitate you to getting anywhere near where you want to be, how you want to be, and so forth, Taurus. So, it's best that if something looks subpar, Taurus, accept the fact that it looks subpar. Don't think, oh, it's subpar, but maybe I can get X, Y, and Z out of it. And maybe it'll go and alleviate this situation or that situation, even if I just have a little bit. And I understand, Taurus, sometimes just a little bit is all you need to make a difference. But don't bend over and don't break your back for it, Taurus. Because if something is initially subpar, it's subpar. And if anything, this will only sort of drag down the energy, speed down the timeline of, and distract you from the success that that's awaiting you. There is success awaiting you. There are relevant connections awaiting you, Taurus. So keep that in mind too. The more you can deal with small issues that don't quite serve you, Taurus, or small situations, that's taking your time and your attention away from opportunities in which you can really make some big leaps and gains and achieve some very stable success. That's also another energy that I have here, Taurus. It's like the things that that mostly what's around you are things that ultimately are transitory. You can't really go and put a long-term plan on it. But that doesn't mean that there isn't long-term stability awaiting you, Taurus. But as long as you sort of are involved or deal with things that you can't go and build a solid foundation on, the more that's going to delay you from the connections of creating that stability. And it is here as Taurus. And Taurus, the final message I'm getting here, between 8 of Cups and 2 of Wands, what you have currently isn't it. It's time for a move, Taurus. 2025 is a year of the snake Taurus in Chinese zodiac, a year of transformation. Even right now, Taurus, we're in the 8th month, 8th day. Numbers of transformation and destiny. And sometimes, Taurus, we're taking on segues on journeys that necessarily we would have not chosen. But we need to be broken out of a routine. We need to be aware of things that we would have normally not even noticed or overlooked. And that's the reason why we're not moving in the energy that we'd like, at the speed that we'd like, with the success that we'd like, because there are very important highlights that you need to notice to make sure you remember, recall, and hold on to for the success that's coming that you normally perhaps would have overlooked. So think about that with these opportunities. Think about something that you would have not thought of, or you would have never thought of or cared or paid attention to had you not been in the current situation that you're in. Let's go on to Capricorn. Because I didn't start off with Cardinal, right? I started off with Taurus. Capricorn energy, as you know, the main 3 signs, but you can also think about your Jupiter. So Capricorn collective, what do I have for you? I have you put out a lot of work, Capricorn. Perhaps you've been trying lots of things. A lot of work, lots of things. And where has it been getting you? I feel like you've been putting out those things too in good energy, Capricorn. 9 of Cups, and the moon is Piscean energy, the energy of dreams with Magician. This is like pretty good energy to go forth and explore. But now, Capricorn, you're sort of taking, or the energy that I have here is reviewing the efforts that you've done so far and where has it led you. How is your garden blooming, Capricorn? Are things blooming? Is everything you planted blooming as you thought? Are the blooms not what you expected? Because there's still so much more yet to be done. Let's go and see more. That wants to fall out. I think I am. Oh, there's 2 of them. Emperor with a Page of Cups. Perhaps you've been making love calls, Capricorn. You can come up here if you want. Perhaps you've been making love calls, Capricorn. It doesn't necessarily mean romantic love calls, but I mean you've been expressing interest in what you'd like to do or in situations, showing your enthusiasm to participate. Definitely, Capricorn, I have here showing your enthusiasm, your willingness to throw your weight behind, throw your being and your cause and your energy, well, behind a specific cause. For work, I see lots of enthusiasm that you have initiated. towards situations. Ten of Wands gets... I feel like you've been really putting yourself out there, Capricorn. I feel like, too, Capricorn, you've been very much a social butterfly. You haven't been a wallflower. You've been engaging people. You've been expressing your interest. You have been sharing your availability to engage and to work. And Capricorn, the energy that I'm getting here is that you have many more contacts to approach, to reach out to. This is the energy that you have to continue acting in, at least for right now, Capricorn. Capricorn, I feel like you are in the energy of saying, well, I've already done blah, blah, blah. When is that going to come through? What has it gotten me? Capricorn, you're not done yet. Reaching out, meeting new connections, introducing who you are, expressing your interest. You're not done with that yet. And you have to continue right now. All right, that's my message for you. Let's see, Virgo. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Virgo, Jupiter. What do we have for Virgo? We have, I have to scratch my little kitty's head. She's so cute. She's here like, don't you want to go? Scratch my chin. Like, yes. I want to scratch her little chin. Oh, I'm doing Virgo reading. Okay. Now we have good luck. Four of Swords. For Virgo. Oh, I didn't even look at the bottom of the deck energy, but anyway. Virgo, we had kitty, we had blessings from the kitty moves. Death. King of Pentacles. And Empress. Not yet, Virgo. Virgo, in this energy, perhaps you've been feeling like you should be making some big moves. And you are in this energy, King of Pentacles and Empress, Virgo, rightfully so. You are set up to make some big moves. You definitely can, Virgo. You definitely are ready, Virgo, to make some big moves, perhaps to walk away from something, Virgo. Maybe, too, in this energy, Virgo, you feel like you're not being acknowledged, utilized, appreciated, those sorts of energies. But, Virgo, the energy that I have is not yet. Don't make any significant moves. Don't shake the ship. Don't change the tide just yet, Virgo. Continue as you are, Virgo, for now. That change that you seek is coming, but now's not the time for you to be the catalyst of it. Let's see, Aries, now that we're on fire. Aries sun, Aries moon, Aries rising, Aries Jupiter. So, excuse me. So Aries, let's see Aries. Page of Cups, bottom of deck energy, 5 of Pentacles. Is this just an indication that small things have been dribbling in Aries, or is this an indication that after a period of trying to make things happen, finally spring has arrived? Things have definitely been slow for you, Aries. Unpleasantly so, Aries. Unwarrantedly so. Fate has put you in a position of winter. But we have a Page of Cups. So, Aries, my Jovian message to you. May not like it, Aries. Aries, I see that, as I mentioned, the time prior, or the time now and prior, work hasn't been exactly what you'd like it to be. You've been purposefully, feels like from the energies, starved off from where you should be, how you should be treated, what you should be getting, how you should be working, all those sorts of things. You've been isolated in success areas, and especially isolated in meaningful success. But that doesn't mean, Aries, that all during this time you haven't been acknowledged as being the real deal. I would also say, too, Aries, in the energy that I pulled here, part of the whole reason of that lack, of that stagnation, or of that sluggish energy is precisely because people realized, well, what could I do with Aries? What can I bring to Aries? Aries ultimately is more than what our organization calls for or needs, or something of those nature. I mean, basically, Aries, they acknowledged you as being the real deal. They just didn't have a place to, they didn't have a way to use you to allow you to shine. And so they'd rather not deal with it at all. Anyway, Aries, you are getting an opportunity here. I do feel like that opportunity is happening precisely because they do know, Aries, that you have been underutilized and underappreciated. So there is the element of manipulation here, knowing that they're getting something on discount with Devil and King of Swords. Somebody is very strategic with seeing, wow, Aries can do blah, blah, blah. Aries is blah, blah, blah. And if I act now, I can get fantastic Aries. So Aries, there's an offer coming in. That offer is contentious, to say the least. Page of Wands, Five of Swords, even that Ten of Swords here. You know, it's contentious energy. It's biting energy. So be aware of that, Aries. There's an offer coming in. That offer could try and undercut you, but they definitely are excited about bringing you into their ranks. And that energy is, I feel like, aware of your situation or can tell your situation. There's a heavy level of manipulation here. And woohoo, I'm getting Aries. Okay, that's in your energy, and offers coming up that's going to be like that. Anyway, I'm going to take a little break and just see the comments. Hello. Hello, Jeannie. Hello, Gabrielle. Hello, Aaron. Hello, Dustin. Hello, everybody. So I do see that I have some questions. Hello, Alice. Hello. Is it Argelia? Hello, Argelia. What an interesting name. Interesting, Argelia. I hope I'm saying it right. If anybody... Yes. Everybody's quiet too right now. I don't know if you heard her. She made a little grunting sound while she stretched out. Isn't she cute? She says it's time for tattooing. Time to go to sleep. So I probably should go to sleep myself. Yes, we should go to sleep. Because it's almost 3 a.m. We need to go tattooing. Good night, Janine. Thank you. Yeah, I think we're going to go to sleep. We'll be back. When we be back, we'll be back. Good night, everybody. Now that it's almost 3. Because we have to get up early, too, in a few hours. But anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for the likes. If you have any comments and you're watching this after the fact, let me know. I did release some astrological notes a few hours ago, although now I kind of forget which collectives they were. So you could check those out. There'll be more tomorrow. And I do those signs randomly, so it could be something for everyone there. Until next time, everybody. Bye-bye.